Do you think it understands you the way humans understand each other? Do you think it knows that you are the center of its world? But the truth is, in its eyes, you are merely a living signal, a source of movement, a rhythm. And here is the part that should worry you. If you change unpredictably, it will not understand what is happening. Research shows that cats rely on consistent signals to feel safe. This means that you are unintentionally causing it to lose its sense of orientation. So who are you to it? 1. You think you are the owner, but in reality, you are part of the environment. You think you are the owner, but in reality, you are part of the environment. You feed it on time. You clean things thoroughly. You think you are controlling everything. But the truth is, a cat does not see you that way. It does not live within a top-bottom system. It does not need someone to obey. By instinct, it reads the world as a collection of signals. Smell, sound, movement, and you. They are simply a part of that. Research from the University of Lincoln shows that cats do not form hierarchical social structures with humans. This means that you are not the owner in the way you have always thought. And here is the part that should make you pause. If you are not the one in charge, then all of your controlling actions are being misunderstood. You call it does not come. You think it is stubborn. But in reality, it simply has no reason to respond. You touch it when you want. You think that is care. But to it, that is just an environmental factor that has just changed. This creates a major problem. When you think you are leading, you will ignore the feedback. You will not read its signals, not adjust. Research on adaptive behavior shows that animals only maintain interaction when the environment responds in a stable and predictable way. This means that you do not control it. You are being evaluated by it every day. And this is something few people realize. It does not need you to do more. It needs you to be easier to understand, more predictable, more consistent. So if you are not the owner, then what is your real role in its world? 2. You think it lives with you, but in reality, it is evaluating you every day. You think it lives with you, but in reality, it is evaluating you every day. You see it lying near you, following you. You think that is attachment, but the truth is, in its mind, a different process is taking place. It observes, it compares, it remembers. By instinct, a cat does not live with anyone blindly. It constantly scans the environment to determine what is safe, and you are a variable within that. Research from the University of Lincoln shows that cats adjust their behavior based on human responses over time. This means that every time you react, you are creating data for it. You step heavily, it startles. You speak loudly, it withdraws. You touch unexpectedly, it avoids. All of it is recorded. And here is the part you often overlook. It does not evaluate you through words. It evaluates you through consistency. If today you are gentle, tomorrow you are unpredictable, you will not know how to respond. By instinct, unpredictability equals risk. Research in animal behavior shows that unstable environments increase vigilance and reduce social interaction. This means that it is not distant because it is cold. It is distant because it is not certain that you are safe. And here is what should make you pause. You do not need to do more. You need to do the same more consistently. The same way of touching, the same tone of voice, the same response. Repeat, stable, so it can learn that you are predictable. And when it can predict you, it will stay closer. Interact more. Open up more. So each day, are you teaching it that you are a safe place, or something you have to be cautious of? 3. You think it loves you, but in reality, it defines you. You think it loves you, but in reality, it defines you. You think affection is clear. You think it loves you because you are you. But the truth is, a cat does not love that way. By instinct, it does not associate you with an identity. It associates you with a feeling, safe or not, comfortable or tense, stable or unpredictable. Research on attachment in cats from Oregon State University shows that they form attachment styles based on emotion, similar to young children. This means that it does not need to understand who you are. It only needs to know whether being near you feels okay. And here is the part you do not expect. It does not remember who you are. It remembers how you make it feel. You stroke gently. It relaxes. You are abrupt. It tenses. You are patient. It stays longer. All of it is recorded, not through thought, through feeling. And here is the dangerous part. You may think you love it very much, but if the way you interact makes it tense, then in its definition, you are not safe. Behavioral research shows that repeated emotions form long-term associations in animal memory. This means that it is not about how much you give it. It is about how you make it feel each time it is near you. And here is the part that should make you pause of very small actions. A rushed touch, a moment of neglect, a harsh reaction, all contribute to that definition. Not big, but repeated. And when repeated long enough, it becomes who you are in its world. So what mistake does this lead to? You continue to act based on your own emotions. You think that just loving it is enough. But to it, feeling is everything. So each time it comes near you, what are you making it feel? 4. You think it is ignoring you, but in reality, it is reducing its investment in you. You think it is ignoring you, but in reality, it is reducing its investment in you. It looks at you less, comes near you less, touches you less. You think it is cold. You think it has changed. But the truth is, this is an adaptive response. By instinct, when signals are not responded to, animals adjust their behavior to conserve energy. It tries less, initiates less, call you less. Research in behavior from the University of Lincoln shows that a lack of response reduces the frequency of social interaction over time. This means that every time you miss a signal, you are teaching it that trying is unnecessary. And here is the part you do not see. This process is very slow, very small. You do not notice. Today, it looks at you a little less. Tomorrow, it will not stay near you as long as before. And gradually, it stops trying. Not because it does not care, but because it has learned that response does not happen. And here is the most dangerous part. It does not leave immediately. It is still there, still eats, still sleeps. But the connection thins out a little more each day. Research on adaptive behavior shows that when social rewards are unstable, animals reduce investment to protect themselves. This means that you do not lose it all at once. You lose it gradually. And by the time you realize, it is already very far away. If this makes you feel even slightly guilty towards your cat, leave a heart. And you almost do not realize this is happening until a clearer sign appears. 5. You think it is still fine because it is still there. But this is what you misunderstand. You think it is still fine because it is still there. But this is what you misunderstand. It still lies beside you, still follows you from one room to another. You see that, you conclude, everything is fine. But the truth is, presence does not equal connection. It can be near you and still not truly be with you. By instinct, when uncertain, a cat does not leave immediately. It chooses to stay in a familiar place to reduce risk. A familiar scent, a familiar space, a familiar human. Research on defensive behavior shows that animals tend to cling to safe points when their state is unstable. This means that staying does not necessarily mean you are the best option. It may simply be the least risky option. And here is the part that should make you pause. You see it there. You think you are doing things right. But what you do not see is that the quality of the connection has changed. It initiates less, responds less. It is less open, not obvious, very subtle, but real. And here is the dangerous part. It does not disappear immediately. It fades gradually. Research on adaptive behavior shows that when the environment is not sufficiently stable, animals maintain emotional distance to protect themselves. This means that it may still be physically close to you, but has withdrawn emotionally. And you almost do not notice. You still pet it the same way, still call it the same way, but the response is no longer what it used to be. And you think that is normal, until one day you realize it no longer seeks you out. And at that point, you see how large the distance has become. So what does this lead to? the final thing that will make you reconsider this entire relationship and understand what you truly are in its world. 6. And here is the truth. In its eyes, you are a living safety system. And here is the truth. In its eyes, you are a living safety system. You are not an owner, not a friend in the way you think. You are a system of signals, living, continuous, predictable or not. Your heartbeat, your voice, the way you move, the way you touch it. All of it is data. By instinct, a cat does not rely on words. It relies on stability, on things that repeat, on things that do not startle it. Research in behavioral physiology from the University of California, Davis shows that animals use bodily signals from other individuals to assess the level of safety in the environment. This means that every time you change abruptly, its world changes with it. You speak louder than usual. It tenses. You touch unexpectedly. It moves away. You react differently from yesterday. It has to relearn from the beginning. And here is the part that changes everything. You do not need to become perfect. You need to become consistent, the same way of calling its name, the same speed of touch, the same response when it comes near, repeated every day, so it does not have to guess, so it can know in advance what will happen. When it can predict, it will relax, it will stay longer, it will initiate more. Research in behavior shows that predictability is a core factor in creating a sense of safety in animals. This means that you are not just a caregiver, you are a regulatory system for your state. If you are stable, it is stable. If you are chaotic, it becomes defensive. And here is the final question. Will you continue reacting out of habit? Or start becoming a place where it does not need to be on guard? Next time it looks at you, look back. Do not pass it by. When it comes near, do not react too quickly. Pause for a few seconds. Breathe slowly. Touch gently. Repeat every day. This is small, but it makes a big difference. Research shows that consistent interaction reinforces a sense of safety. This means that you do not need to do more. You just need to respond better. You are not doing it wrong on purpose. You simply have not yet understood how it sees you. If you do not want to just keep a cat, but truly understand it, follow along. You are not perfect, but to your cat, you are its entire world.